For question number 2, we're going to make a table using the multiple of pi over 4 for x and sketch a graph of y equals cosine of 2x from x equals 0 to x equals 2 pi. To analyze the problem, we have the function y equals cosine of 2x in the form of y equals a multiplied by cosine of bx. The a value equals 1, the b value equals 2. The amplitude is the absolute value of the a, which is absolute value of the 1 or 1. So this is our amplitude. And then the value b is used to compute the period. From the formula, the period equals 2 pi divided by b. Since b is 2, so 2 pi divided by 2 equals pi. That means the graph complete one cycle within the length of pi. To sketch the graph, we're gonna consider 4 equal subintervals or break the whole period of one cycle into 4 equal subintervals. And the increment gonna be delta x, which is the value of the period divided by 4. Our case, the period is pi. So pi divided by 4 would be the increment from one point to another point in one cycle. From what we have, to start at the point x equals 0, so then the 5 key points for 4 equal subinterval in one cycle would be 0 with the increment pi over 4. And then next gonna be pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and then pi for one cycle. And then you keep going with the same increment to get 5 pi over 4, and then 3 pi over 2, 7 pi over 4, and the last one gonna be, this is over 4, and then last one gonna be 2 pi. So we're gonna complete the table of the values for the x starting with 0, pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and keep going this way. This can be pi, 5 pi over 4, 3 pi over 2, 7 pi over 4, and the last one would be 2 pi. For the function y equals cosine of 2x, recall the typical graph of the cosine function is starting from the maximum, go to the 0, minimum, 0, and the maximum. So we locate 5 key values there in one cycle. Maximum is 1, minimum is -1. So that means in one cycle, we do with the pattern of 1, 0, -1, 0, and +1 as 5 key values. And the table here, starting at 0, we put in the value of from the list of the 5 key points, and then repeat the same pattern for the second cycle. So it's gonna be 1, 0, -1, 0, 1. That's one cycle. And then the next cycle started again, 1, 0, -1, 0, and the last gonna be 1. So basically you can omit parentheses because this the value of the cosine. So 1, 0, this is pretty much say 1 multiplied to so -1, 0, 1, 0, -1, 0, and +1. And then we can make a list of the order pair x, y as 0, 1, pi over 4, 0, pi over 2, -1, 3 pi over 4, 0, pi, +1, 5 pi over 4, 0, 3 pi over 2, -1, and the next is 7 pi over 4, 0. The last one is 2 pi, 1. And after that, we plot all the points on the plane and notice the maximum is 1, minimum is -1. Adjust your scale very well. Make sure that it covers maximum and minimum. And go by the increment of pi over 4. Locate all the points 0, 1, and the next 0, 0, 0, -1. So use different color here. And complete it. And then sketch the graph or connect all the points with the smooth curve with the pattern of the cosine graph. So as you see, you have 2 cycles. The period equals pi. So this is cycle 1 and the other is another cycle. And to verify the amplitude from the graph, which is 1/2, multiplied by the absolute value of the max minus the minimum value. The maximum is the value 1, minimum is -1, or 1/2 multiplied by 1 plus 1, which is the value 1, the same as the formula that the absolute value of the A that we computed at the beginning.